Hey, y'all, appreciate y'all coming through. I'm going to wait a little bit here for some people to get up in here real quick. Hopefully, y'all have a good weekend. I didn't want to have to make an appearance on camera right now, but I felt I needed to for a few reasons, right? To talk about the party, etc. So I'll wait a little bit longer for some more people to catch on here real quick. And we'll get right into it here. Again, hopefully y'all are having a great weekend and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna start here. We've seen the Republican Party get weak over time. We've seen our Republican leadership in either chamber of Congress act weak in the face of adversity. And there's no really way to really hold them accountable, is it, for that? Except for a referendum at the ballot box, right? That's what most people think, right? Most people think, oh, we'll just vote the guy out, right? And that's granted, that's one way you can do it. But there's a multitude of other ways that you can do the same thing and catch it before it even manifests, right? What I'm speaking of is the state parties, the county party, right? So I'll say this before I continue: is don't discredit the party because of what's happening on the national scene, right? The Republican Party in most states operate like a small government. I'll put that in context, right? You have the RNC, right, Republican National Committee, which is made up of folks elected from your state parties, right? This is just like, think about RNC as being Congress, right? For the national party. If the national party, federal party is the RNC, right? And your state party, right, elects that person to represent the state at the RNC. The county party, right, has the conventions to elect people to what's called the State Central Committee, which is the governing body of your state party, which elects these RNC members. So you see where I'm going with this, right? So I'll say this to everyone, especially ones that ask me, why do I still stay in the Republican Party? Well, to answer that question, I stay in the Republican Party is because I'm involved with the state party, right? I have influence there, right? It's just like everyone else has influence if you're part of the State Central Committee, which I am on the state level. I have control over the governing body and control in the governing body. I also have a vote in the governing body on how our platform goes on the state level and who we vote for to represent us in the RNC, right? So herein lies the problem: is the party is changing, right? The party is changing because folks don't want to step up and be part of the party on the state level or the county level to change it. The RNC only changes because of people like me and you that get involved in the state party, in the county party, to try to keep the platform level. But as people defect, only thing defection is really doing is giving it to the people that are trying to take it over and get rid of your values. I mean, we have a lot of people say that they're politically homeless, right? And the party has moved which way or another, right? But you have to look at it like this. If you leave, right? If you leave the Republican Party on its current platform and you let these radicals come into, aka I'm gonna call them out the neocons, right? We're gonna go right back. We're gonna go right back to where we were pre-George Bush in the Republican Party, right? And as many Black Republicans there are in the party now that's joined the party within the last just 15 years alone, and quite a few of them I know personally, right? I could see again another, if the neocons get control of the Republican Party like they want to, like the Lincoln Project keeps pushing, right? I could see another lily white movement within the next 10 years, and all the Black Republicans will get pushed out of the party again, right? So there's many prongs to this fight to, one, keep the Republican Party, hold them accountable to the platform they espouse, right? And then turn around and keep control of the party, right? If that makes sense, right? Now, what we can do is make sure we vet these candidates appropriately, right? That wants to run for office on the state level, local level, federal level, especially your senators, right? Now I know some states have jungle primaries and all that stuff, which makes things a little bit more complicated, right? But at the end of the day, even in states that have jungle primaries like California, the state party still has control over who they back to put on the ballot, right? They still have that control to a point, who they officially endorse. So you have to keep that in mind, right? So it's very important to get into the party and make sure they are being held accountable. Make sure they're held accountable to the platform they espouse, right? And if the leadership in your county party or state party does not uphold those values, guess what? Every 2 years, most of these committees have elections. You run for that, or you vote for someone that you agree with or campaign with them to take the chairmanship, right? I mean, this is where the fight is. Forget about the Lindsey Grahams and forget about all that for a second. If you're not engaged with your state or county party, then you can't complain, right? You can't complain about the party has moved too far right for you or too far left if you're not involved in making that change to make the party see the lights at the lighthouse, right? I mean, that's just as bad as saying, you don't like a particular candidate that's representing your party because he's this. What was your involvement in that, right? Especially when, you know what I mean? Especially when it comes to that. Did you vet that candidate? Were you part of that Republican Party that nominated that candidate? You can't trust other people with your politics. James Madison warned us a while ago when he said you need to stay engaged and stay informed. And not enough people are doing that right now. It can't happen that way. And it has to stop. The buck has to stop right there. So with that, just I'm going to close in saying it's important to make sure you stay involved with your state and county party, or if there's a city party, right? Get involved. It doesn't take much to get involved. It doesn't take much to become part of your state central committee or your county central committee, right? It doesn't take much, right? It doesn't take much to fellowship with your peers to be the RNC representative for your state. It doesn't take much. It's just the fact you need to get involved. You need to get involved with your state party. So with that, I appreciate y'all taking time out to watch this video, and hopefully I inspired you to get involved with your state and county party, because it's very important. It's very important that we do that, because that's where the candidates come from, on the ground, from where you live. And if you don't vet them, or you're not involved in the process, what can I say? What can I say about that? So until next time, y'all, be easy, and we'll see y'all again in another video sometime soon.